Hello, I'm Kat and today I'm going to be trying out the new Beauty Bay Desert Haze palette. So it looks like this palette is Beauty Bay's kind of summer release. It is a limited edition palette, so if you are interested in it, you probably want to pick it up sooner rather than later. But this was only £16, so it's a very affordable palette. We have got the outside here, so it's rather plain, although I think most of their packaging is quite like simple, isn't it? You have got the kind of glitter on the name of the palette, Desert Haze, and then I'll show you the inside. So it looks like this. So I'll pop up some swatches on the screen for you. We have got 20 shades in this palette with 9 mattes and 11 shimmers. We do actually have one duochrome in this palette, so I'm not sure if any of Beauty Bay's previous palettes have had duochromes in, but we do actually have one in this one. And I do like Beauty Bay lists all their like shades and kind of like the description of them on their website, so I'm very happy about that. So that is this shade here called Mirage, which is a copper shimmer with green flecks. What did I say? Yeah, so I said like a bronzy gold with green, so I did get that right. And then some other notes when I was swatching. I'm kind of making notes as I like swatch these palettes now, because I usually swatch them on different days to when I actually film the makeup look. So we have got this beautiful shimmer up here called Sandstorm, which is just really like smooth and pretty, so maybe I'll use that in today's look actually. And then I did make note that this one here called Sahara and this one here called Soul, they're both shimmers, but they do feel almost like a bit creamy. It doesn't say that in the listing, it just says they're shimmers, but they do have that almost cream feel to them. Like not super, they aren't cream, but I don't know, just that kind of texture a little bit. I don't hate them, so it's not like that kind of full-on cream. One thing I do want to mention with this palette, because I bought this looking at a picture and the picture looked a lot brighter, so maybe I'll pop that on the screen of the kind of brighter picture. Like the shadows did look more kind of intense and brighter, so I kind of bought it looking on that, and I feel like in person they're not quite as like vivid as that, which is a little bit disappointing for me, because this is quite a, I don't know, warm neutral palette, and we do have a couple of pops of colour with like the blue and the orange. One other thing I would like to mention before I get started is that I know I could obviously see from the swatch or the listing picture that there was only one blue, but I think it would have been nice to have a blue matte, because the blue is a shimmer, so a blue matte would have been nice. But I do still think it's quite pretty, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to love this. So I'm going to do 2 looks, and I'm going to use the blue in one look. We're going to do a blue and orange look. I think I'll do that as a second look though. I'm not sure I'm in the mood for doing that one today. And in the other one we are going to go a bit more kind of neutral, although I am thinking of using this kind of a butter yellow, pastel yellow over here, so maybe a bit of a yellow brown neutral look. And I'll have to check this shimmer here because I might use that one, seeing as that was very pretty. I've just given all the shades I'm going to use a swatch actually, and I've kind of changed how I was thinking of putting on the shadows. So I think I'm actually going to use this yellow, like pastel yellow, as an inner corner highlight, because it is quite light, so I'm hoping that's going to work like on my skin. And yeah, I think we're pretty much going to go with just like a more simple neutral look. So I'm going to use, oh, just put my nail in it. I'm going to use these 2 matte browns here. This one here is a bit more reddy, so I don't want to use that in this look. Yes, I'm going to use these 2, and then I am going to use this shimmer that I was talking about earlier, because that's so pretty. It's like, how do I even describe that? Okay, so they've called it a peach shimmer with silver flecks, and yeah, I guess it is kind of peachy. It's very pale, like peachy, I would say. But yeah, it's so pretty, so I'm definitely going to use that. Yeah, so I think that's all I'm going to really do for this look. We're going to keep it quite neutral because the other look is going to be very colourful. So first up, I'm actually going to go in with this brown shade here called Fennec. So it's just a kind of lighter brown, and I'm going to put this in like the crease area. blend it out. It's quite decent pigment there. And we'll just bring it down here as well, because I'm just going to use that darker shade just to kind of darken the outer corner. I don't think this looks going to be too deep. And try to decide if I want to do any sort of liner, or maybe I almost do a bit of liner kind of like with that brown. Like maybe if I angle it out like that, possibly. Maybe I'll try that, because I can always change the look if I don't want to do that. I'm going to go in with the darker brown now, which is called Scorched. So I'm going to take a smaller brush for this one, because I'm going to try and do it like a wing, like I said, and then I can always change it into just like smoke out if I want to. So I'll just put it out here. So it's quite a deep shade if you want it to be, but I'm sure this will blend out very well also. Oh god, I brought it in too far. Okay, just try and fix this. Yeah, so almost do like an angle, and I can do that with the shimmer also, because I probably will put the shimmer over like most of the lid there. Okay, so you need to angle this down a bit more. This is not going to plan. Okay, maybe I should have gone in more with a liner brush first. Try this. So we're going with the liner brush. And then we'll like blend that out. Which, I mean, this has already gone wrong now, so I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna fix this. Okay, I'm just gonna have to try and blend this out. Okay, I don't think it's gonna be like a liner bit like I said now. But I'll clean this up and I guess we'll have kind of a sharper line out here. Try and blend this. Okay, I'm not sure if this edge over here is going to look the best. I have to try and do a better job on the other side. Okay, so that's it for the brown. I've tried to match them up, blend them out, and I think it's come out okay. Obviously it's not quite what I was going for, and I've had to kind of salvage it from what went wrong, but I think it's okay. I do feel like my skincare actually is a bit like tacky today. Maybe I should have used a different moisturiser or left it to dry longer, because I feel like up here it's not really like blending as well. Like the brush and the shadow seems to be like sticking a bit almost. I'll move on to the shimmer. So I'm going to go in with this Sandstorm shade here. So they're kind of a peachy shimmer. So pretty. So I'm just going to put this on the lid. And we'll just kind of bring it out to kind of meet that darker shade. Oh yes, this looks very nice. So this is just a very neutral look here. I know this is a very basic like shade, like the shimmer, but I think it's one of my favourites in the palette. So I'm then going to use the pale yellow shade called Yucca, and we shall do that in the inner corner, which, yeah, so that works. I was unsure if it would be light enough for my skin, but I think it's good, just about works. Yes, very nice. And under the eyes, or maybe I'll just do a bit of that light brown. So I quite like how it looks at the moment, so yeah, I think I'll just put a little bit of the lighter brown shade on, just to go up to meet that yellow. Alright, so I think that looks quite nice as it is. So I'll just go finish off the rest of my face, pick out a lipstick. I'm not sure what colour to go for, but then we'll see the final look. So here we've got the finished look, which I think overall came out quite nice. I did decide to go for a dark lip for this one, as I just thought like, oh, would like a brownie kind of lipstick look good with this. So I don't actually have many browns. So this is the Cosmic Beauty Nancy shade, which I think this was from, was it from one of their collections? I can't remember now. Oh, was it that, the mystery box they done, the like Sinister collection? Yeah, I think this was the only lipstick I kept from that. But yeah, I thought a brown would actually look really nice, and I think this matches really well with the look, so I really quite like it. So for the eyeshadow then, I'm kind of like, it's okay right now. Obviously I haven't used many shades. I used 3 of the mattes, 1 of the shimmers. Like I used the 2 brown shades, didn't I? Which, I mean, they went on quite nicely and they do blend quite well. I think my problem is, especially this side, the one that I started on, I think I just went in too heavy with that darker brown, and then once you've gone in with too much, it's hard to like take away. So I don't feel like I've been able to blend it as well on this shade, on this side, whereas this side I think came out a lot better. So that's, I don't know, I think that's where I'm a bit like not sure. The yellow is very nice though, that's gone on quite nice, so I think that works as an inner corner highlight, and the shimmer that I used is very pretty. I do really like that. So maybe it's just kind of user isn't really working with the palette as well at the moment, but I am going to do a second look with this, and we're going to use more shades. We're going to do orange, and we're going to do green, blue. We're going to do orange and blue. So yeah, I really do wish there was a matte blue, so it's a bit of a shame for that. So I'm trying to decide what other colour to use. I could either go with this one down here, which I don't know, it's kind of, it's more greeny leaning than blue. Like it's not a black, it is like, it's like a very, I think it is, it's more green, it's like a very, very dark green. Or I could maybe go with this, we'll see when it comes to it. But right now, like it's okay, but not that great. But I am really pleased with the look that I've done today, and I think it looks really nice. So yeah, so let's move on to look number 2. So for this look, I actually wanted to do an orange and blue look. Now it's not actually going to work out how I originally wanted it to work out, as we only have this one blue shimmer here, so I'm gonna have to change it a little bit. I'm definitely going to use like this, I think, bright orange, and I don't know, I'll have to swatch some of these shimmers, probably this one, but I might use one of the others as well, possibly. But yeah, blue wise, like I'm thinking orange into the blue, but we haven't got any other blue shades, so I'm wondering whether to use one of the like mattes, because I obviously need to do some sort of, I don't know, blending shadow over here, and I don't think I'm really going to be able to do it with just that shimmer blue. I think I kind of need a matte to be blending out over here, so I'm going to have to decide which shade. I was thinking this one, but this one is quite dark, so I don't really want to be bringing that up too far into, like, I don't know, like up near the eyebrows, you know, up into the crease and all that. So I'm thinking I might have to go with one of the lighter colours. We've only got a few actually. We've got, I mean, this one's very light here. That's probably not actually going to work for me because that's really close to my skin colour already. So we have got this lighter brown. Maybe I'll possibly use that just to help, because I don't think I want to bring the orange all the way over. So maybe I'll go with that. Yeah, I do wish there was like a matte blue in here, but we'll talk about all my thoughts at the end. So first I'm going to go in with the light brown shade here called Fennec, and I'm just going to use that. I don't want to pack that on too much, but I'm going to use it just, you know, blend out kind of the edge of the crease out here. So I may end up doing this eye look a little weird in order. Okay, maybe I wanted to tap off more. Alright, I'm going to try and blend this out quite a bit. Yeah, so I really wanted to do like an orange and blue look, which the orange is fine. There's plenty of like orange shade. We've got a couple of mattes, we've got, I don't know, a couple of shimmers in there. But yeah, we've only got one blue shimmer. So that's making it hard, but I'm gonna still attempt to do what I wanted, I think. I'm gonna go in with the orange now, and I've just swatched these two again. So this one's a little bit more muted, which I feel like maybe I could have actually used that in the crease over here, possibly. Although I didn't want to bring too much orange, I wanted blue over on the outer corner. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go in with this brighter orange, and I'm just gonna put this on like the kind of inner crease area. So just in here, we'll meet up with that brown. So I think I'll just gradually build this up a bit. From like doing my swatches, it does look like you could build this up to be quite bright. But because I'm only putting it in like this crease area here, I kind of want to keep it blended out. Okay, so what order do I do these in? You need to put on an orange shimmer, blue shimmer, and then that dark is kind of bluey, like navy, but then I feel like it's got a hint of like green in there as well, but like that kind of dark navy colour anyway. Oh, I've actually got a bit of shimmer on my face where I was swatching. Yeah, so what do? I guess I wanted to go with that matte first, I'm thinking. Alright, let's do a little bit of the matte. So it's this one here called Prickly Pear. So we're going to put this out here and I guess kind of create the shape that I want in. Yeah, so this is where I would want I don't know, either a lighter blue or like a mid-tone blue here to like blend out the edge over here, because I'm basically just going to have to try and blend this into that brown shade that I've used. I think that's going to do for that shade, because I don't want to blend it too much. Like, I don't want it to go too like muddy, and I feel like it's starting to do that if I blend any more than this. So I'm going to go in with the orange shimmer first. So I'm actually going to use this one here called Heat. There was this one over here as well, but it's a bit more, I don't know, like sheeny rather than like, I don't know, sparkly, you know. So we're going to go in with Heat, and then we'll do the blue shimmer. So I'm going to put this on the inner portion of the lid. So this is actually a different kind of tone to that orange, like now that I applied on the lid. So I feel like, is this like warmer and the other one's kind of like of a cooler orange maybe? So I know in the pan here they do look like they would go really well together, I feel like, but now that they're on the eyes, like I think they go like okay together, but it's not really the best match. This like is just mismatch. Time for the blue then. So that's called Oasis. So this one's more of a, I don't know, kind of sheeny shimmer rather than glittery as well. But it is the only blue. So let's put that out here. And then we'll go in and try and just like blend those two together. And I'll probably go back in with that dark matte to just touch up out here. And then I'm going to go in with the, I'm going to bring that dark shade under the eyes. And I almost forgot, I'm actually going to go in with the light shade here. What's that called? Salt Flat. So it's this light shimmer. It's like an off-white, I would say. And I'm going to put that on the inner corner, and then I think I'll bring that underneath the eye a bit to meet the blue. And I don't know, we'll see about, I might bring it up a little bit as well. But let's do that dark shade under the eyes, which I don't want this to be too intense. So I'll put it under and then probably try and blend it out a bit. Yeah, so we'll just pop that in there. And that's going to be the look. So I'll just go finish off the rest of my face. So here's the finished look, which I think came out fairly well. Like, it's not exactly what I was going for, but it's pretty close. So I did also put on this blue eyeliner in the waterline, which I think matches with the blue fairly well. And then for lips, I decided to use this Revolution Shrek Gingy lip gloss. It's just got like a hint of like kind of orange to it, which I thought would work quite well. But yeah, for the eye look, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Like I said, it's not exactly what I was going for because we just didn't have enough blues to do that. But I think the overall look at the end looks pretty nice. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. So onto my thoughts on the palette. So formula wise, I'm pretty happy with it. Like, it seems to be like the other Beauty Bay formulas. The mattes are pretty good, like they do blend and you can build them up. Like, what did I use? So there was this one here that I used. Obviously this isn't the full intensity that it could go. Like, I could definitely pack this on more if I wanted to. So I am very happy with their mattes. And then the shimmers, how many did I use? I can't remember what I used in the first look now actually. But the ones that I used today, I'm really happy with as well. Like, they're very pretty. You have got a few in here, like this one here that I used, the light one, Salt Flat, and the blue one that I use, that aren't like, they're not super glittery, they're more of like a sheeny kind of shimmer. And this orange one that I used today, like that's more of like a glittery shimmer, so that's quite pretty. So I am happy with the shimmers. Like, you've got a few different like textures, I guess, to them. You have got a duochrome in here, which I don't know if they've done that before in a Beauty Bay palette. And like, the price is still really affordable. I think this one was £16. So to have like one duochrome in here, which I don't think they've increased the price. Like, I think they're normally like that price, so that's pretty good with that. But yeah, they have only got one, but I'm fine with that. I think like one in a palette, like you don't need to go crazy and like have loads. So like just a couple. So yeah, I think that's really nice. So overall, quality wise, I think the palette's pretty good, especially for the price. Like, it's an affordable palette. So onto my thoughts on like the colour story. I wouldn't say this was going to be one of my favourite Beauty Bay palettes. Like, there are some nice colours in here. Like, that orange shimmer that I used today is really nice. I'm not super fussed about this orange shade that I used today, actually. Like, the quality's fine, but the shade, I don't know, it's almost got a bit of like a neon-y shade to it, which I'm not sure if I'm keen on, like how that looks. But yeah, colour story, I do wish there was like a blue matte, like maybe a couple of blues in here. Like it's very neutral, which is fine. And you have got like a couple of kind of oranges and the blue, but there's a blue shimmer. I wish there was like a blue matte, either like a lighter blue or a mid-toned blue, just to like match with that, because I feel like that's just going with the pop of colour, isn't it? So do they want you to just kind of put that under your eye sort of thing? Or I mean, I guess you can create kind of what I've done today with a blue look, isn't it? Like this dark shade, and just put like the blue on the lid, I suppose. But I don't feel like there's a lot of options with what you could do with just that shade there. So yeah, I would prefer more blues, and maybe, I don't know, get rid of, I don't know, change one of the shimmers maybe. Like there's a lot of kind of like similar shimmers. So I've actually just swatched most of the shimmers on my hand, like all the kind of goldy ones, which they do all look different, but I feel like some of them are like similar enough that you could have swapped out for maybe a different shade, like the blue, like I was mentioning. We have got, which two is it? So it's this one here, so Sandstorm and Hazy. Now they are different, like this one's more of a sheen, I would say, and this one's more like glittery, but they have got like just like a similar look to them. And then these two here, which I think is this one, Desert Rose, and I think it's the Sahara one. Is that the one that I swatched? Which they've got a similar look to it as well. Like this one's a bit more intense, but they do look a little bit similar. Yeah, that's my only thoughts on it. I just wish there was like a couple more blue shades just to work with that blue shimmer. It's quite a nice palette. It's not one of my favourites just because of the colours, but I am glad I tried it, and I was able to create quite a nice look with this. I will have to try out doing this sort of look with, I don't know, another palette, or just doing the look in general, like an orange into blue, when I've actually got more blue options. So let me know which of the two looks I created do you like the best, and what are your thoughts on this palette? Are you going to be picking this one up? I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye!